All right, get ready to dive deep because today we're cracking the code of the millionaire mindset.
Ooh, sounds exciting.
It is. We're dissecting creating a wealth mindset. Think like a millionaire.
Oh, I've heard good things about that one.
And you know what really hooked me? It skips those get-rich-quick schemes and goes straight for the mental game. Like, how do millionaires think about money? That's what we're exploring.
I like that angle. It's not just about tactics, it's about the underlying psychology.
Exactly. So they kick things off with this whole idea of a wealth mindset, and they break it down into two main categories. A scarcity mindset versus an abundance mindset. How would you explain that difference in a way that really clicks?
Okay. Imagine this. Scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
You're always focused on what you don't have. Like, I can't afford that, or there's not enough to go around.
It's like seeing a tiny pie and everyone's fighting over crumbs.
Right. But an abundance mindset, that's like seeing a whole bakery full of delicious possibilities. It's about believing that there are enough resources and opportunities out there for everyone.
So instead of saying, I can't afford it, someone with an abundance mindset might ask, how can I make this happen?
You got it. It's about turning obstacles into opportunities.
I love that. And the book highlights how millionaires consistently use this approach. They don't dwell on limitations, they focus on possibilities.
It's like they see money as a tool to build the life they want, not something that controls them.
That's powerful. Now, one of the habits they emphasize is the importance of financial education. Like, it's not just about earning money, it's about understanding how it works.
Right, it's like having the owner's manual for your finances.
Yeah, exactly. I'll admit this is an area where I'm always trying to learn and grow, investing, budgeting, all that stuff.
Well, the source goes beyond just basic budgeting. It dives into things like investment strategies, understanding taxes, even real estate, and starting a business.
They're not just letting their money sit there, they're actively making it work for them.
Exactly. And it all starts with knowledge.
Another thing they talk about is goal setting. Millionaires don't just wish for wealth, they set clear, specific financial targets. Like, imagine setting a goal to earn, say, $100,000 a year within 3 years.
It's about having a roadmap.
Right.
It's like setting your GPS instead of just driving around aimlessly.
Makes sense. And you know what else struck me? The company you keep. The people you surround yourself with can have a huge impact on your mindset.
It's true. If you're always hanging out with people who are negative about money, that can really rub off on you.
It's like an echo chamber of negativity. But if you surround yourself with people who are financially savvy and have that abundance mindset, it can be incredibly inspiring.
Absolutely. Find your tribe of people who lift you up and challenge you to think bigger.
Now here's one that might surprise some people. Millionaires are comfortable taking calculated risks. They don't let fear hold them back.
They see risk as a necessary part of growth, and they don't view failure as the end of the world.
More like a learning experience.
Exactly. They analyze the potential downsides, weigh the potential rewards, and then take action.
It's like that old saying, nothing ventured, nothing gained. They use their knowledge and experience to make informed decisions, even if it means stepping outside their comfort zone.
And you know what? It often pays off.
So we've talked about the difference between scarcity and abundance mindsets, and we've touched on some key habits like financial education, goal setting, surrounding yourself with the right people, and embracing calculated risk.
It's a lot to take in, but it's all incredibly valuable.
It is. So much to unpack here. And you know what? There's even more where that came from.
It's funny, right? We often think of like the millionaire lifestyle as all about, fancy cars and extravagant vacations.
Yeah, totally.
But this book, it flips the script. It's like true wealth. It's not about showing off. It's about building a solid financial foundation.
A foundation that can weather any storm.
Exactly. It's about security and freedom, not keeping up with the Joneses. And one of the key things they talk about is creating multiple income streams.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm actually trying to do that myself. I've got the little side hustle going on, so fingers crossed.
That's awesome. You're already thinking like a millionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really emphasize diversifying your income. So it's not just relying on a single job. Think investments, rental properties, online businesses, maybe even royalties from, like creative work, if that's your thing.
It's like spreading your bets, right? Not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. Makes you less vulnerable to, economic downturns or unexpected events.
Smart. Another thing that kind of hit home for me was this idea of delayed gratification. I'll be honest, I can be a bit impulsive sometimes, like, ooh, shiny new gadget.
I feel that.
So this whole concept of waiting for the bigger reward, it's definitely a challenge, but I'm working on it.
The book makes a really good case for it, though. It's about prioritizing long-term goals over instant satisfaction. Like, instead of spending money on something you'll enjoy for a little while, you invest it in something that will grow in value over time, something that will pay off in the long run.
Right, right. It's like planting a seed that'll grow into a big, strong tree instead of, I don't know, buying a bouquet of flowers that'll wither away in a few days.
Perfect analogy.
Yeah.
And it ties back into that financial education piece, right? The more you understand about how money works, the easier it becomes to make those smart long-term decisions.
Makes total sense. Oh, and you know what else really stood out to me? This might sound counterintuitive, but apparently a lot of millionaires are super generous. They give back a lot.
I know, right? At first I was like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
But when you think about it in terms of that abundance mindset we were talking about earlier, it kind of clicks.
If you believe there's enough to go around, it makes sense that you'd want to share your good fortune.
Right. Like, what's the point of hoarding wealth if you don't use it to make a positive impact? And some people even say that generosity can actually attract more prosperity into your life.
Right.
Like, you put good energy out there and it comes back to you.
Interesting. I like that. Okay, so just to recap what we've learned so far, building a wealth mindset is not just about earning a ton of money. It's about cultivating a whole set of beliefs, habits, and even character traits that set you up for financial success.
It's like an internal makeover for your finances. And it all starts with that shift, from scarcity to abundance, believing in possibilities instead of getting hung up on limitations.
Yeah. It's like upgrading your mental software.
Totally.
Really.
And once you do that, who knows what you can achieve?
So this is where things get exciting. We want to hear from you, our amazing listeners. We've explored all these millionaire habits, but now it's time for you to put them into action.
Yes. Think about what resonated with you the most.
What's one small change you can make today?
Maybe there's a limiting belief you can challenge head on.
Or a financial goal you can set.
You could even look for a mentor, someone who inspires you.
Or join a community of like-minded individuals. Find your tribe.
Whatever it is, we encourage you to, take that first step. Building wealth. It's not about luck or being born into privilege. It's about taking charge of your finances and, making conscious choices that align with your goals. Don't be afraid to try things out. See what works for you.
And remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. There'll be bumps along the way, challenges, setbacks. But with the right mindset and, a commitment to learning and growing, you can do anything you set your mind to.
Absolutely. You never know. You might just end up sharing your own millionaire success story someday. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've discovered and bring this deep dive to a close.
Welcome back. My mind is still spinning from all these millionaire mindset strategies. It's crazy how much our beliefs, our habits, they really impact our, financial success.
I know, right?
Hey.
One of the things that's really stood out to me is how the book, it really makes millionaires seem, less mysterious, I guess. Like, it's not some, secret society or just dumb luck.
Yeah, exactly. It's about adopting these specific habits, ways of thinking, and anyone can learn them.
Exactly. And it all boils down to that shift, right? From scarcity to abundance, believing in possibilities instead of getting stuck in, I can't mode.
For sure. And it sounds like that shift, it's not just about money. It's about, everything, your relationships, your career, even just your general well-being.
Totally. It's about, a growth mindset, being open to opportunities, seeing the good in things.
It's like you're putting on a new pair of glasses and the world suddenly looks brighter. Speaking of new perspectives, one thing the book keeps coming back to is, continuous learning.
Yeah, it's not enough to just, read one book or listen to one podcast and call it a day.
Right. Things are always changing, so you got to stay on top of it.
Yeah.
Whether it's, books, courses, mentors, or even just keeping up with the news, you got to keep learning about, the world of money.
It's like they're saying, don't just watch the game from the sidelines. Get in there and, really learn the plays. And, another big takeaway for me has been how they talk about failure. It's not like the end of the world. It's more like valuable feedback.
I like that. It takes the sting out of it,
Yeah, they really emphasize that. Millionaires, they embrace risk. They see failure as a chance to learn. They get that setbacks happen, but they don't let it, stop them.
It's like you can't win if you don't play, right? So as we wrap up our deep dive into this whole millionaire mindset thing, I think the biggest takeaway is that Financial success, it's not about luck. It's not about, who your parents are or where you come from. It's about making smart choices, learning as you go, and really believing in yourself.
Well said. And remember, it's a journey, not a sprint. It takes time. There will be bumps along the road. But if you have the right mindset and you stick with it, you can really achieve amazing things.
I think that's the perfect note to end on. This has been such an eye-opening conversation. We've learned so much about the millionaire mindset and how we can all apply those principles to our own lives. So, to all our listeners out there, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Remember, building wealth is a journey, and the first step is believing that you can do it.